Okay, so NumPy, can everybody mute their audio? So NumPy, we are going to be having a short introduction about these two packages here, these two libraries, NumPy and Pandas, which is used for Python. So NumPy is basically used for any kind of numerical calculations that has to be handled in Python. So the main work of NumPy is to work with arrays, and as I told already, it helps in to work with the following kind of mathematical calculations like linear algebra, Fourier transform, and matrices. And the full form of NumPy is nothing but numerical Python. So as the name implies, it is mostly used for numerical calculations. And the main importance or the significance of NumPy library is that it converts any array that is passed through this library into an array type of into an n-dimensional array type, which is nothing but ND array, which is mentioned here. So an n-dimensional array simply means that an array which has multi-dimensions. That is, it cannot or it doesn't restrict its working with only like one-dimensional array or two-dimensional array, but it supports arrays with even multiple dimensions, like it can be 1D, 2D, 3D, etc. So or even 0D, even with zero-dimensional array. So zero-dimensional array is nothing but it doesn't have it has only one zero axis. That is, it doesn't have x or y. It has zero axis. But in 1D, it has one axis. That is x axis. In 2D, likewise x and y axis. In 3D, x, y, and z axis. So as you all know, and so that is the main significance of NumPy library, and that is why it is most popularly used in Python for numerical calculations. So, and it describes a collection of items of the same type. So, uh, mostly it will enable data types of the same type. And these items in the collection can be accessed based on zero-based indexing. So as you all know, indexing system generally follows zero-based rule, right? So index of any element starts from zero and ends with n minus one. So that is the same rule which is followed in NumPy also. And every item in the ND array takes the same size as a block in the memory. And each element in the ND array is an object of the data type object called D type. So every element in the ND array, so the element present in the array is typically called as a data type object, as it takes the same equivalent memory equivalent memory of a particular element that occupies in the program. And yeah, so an ND array can usually be constructed using, by this following system, like NumPy dot array object comma D type is equal to none, copy is equal to true, order is equal to none, sub OK is equal to false, and n admin. So these are the default standards usually written when writing an NumPy array code. And let's see what are these nomenclatures like. So the parameters which are used in the NumPy array code usually are nothing but object D type, copy, order, sub OK, and admin. However, object is default. You have to write any NumPy array with an object specified in it. And this object is nothing but it will return the array which is passed through it, either in a sequence or in a nested format. And the D type is nothing but the desired data type of the array, but this is an optional column. And copy is also optional, but by default you always have to set the copy value to be true. and the object is usually copied. So that is the primary function of copy here, as the name implies. And order. So how do you want the sequence to be ordered? Either it should be row major, that is the rows first, or the columns first, or it can be of any format. So accordingly, you have to give C or F or A under row. So sorry, under order. So when you write the line, you typically mention order is equal to C or F or A. And then when giving sub OK, it returns the array of a base class, to be a base class array. If true, then subclasses can be passed through it. And nd min. So this specifies the dimension of the array. So for example, if the number of dimensions, that is the meaning of it, that is the how many ever what is the dimension of the array that has to be produced. So that can also be mentioned using nd min. I can show some examples of it, but before that, let's see the installation of NumPy. So the most easier way which I would suggest is going through a CMD process. Like you can just open your CMD pop-up window, and then you can type in pip install NumPy. And then once it is typed here, just give enter, and it will install all the packages within the library. And once it is done, in whichever platform that you're working. For example, here I have shared you Anaconda, that is Jupyter Notebook platform. So you can just write here import NumPy and then give enter, and then start working with your codes. And in order to check your NumPy version also, there is a method here. So you can just write import NumPy as np, and then give print of np dot hyphen version hyphen. So this will show you the whether your version is updated or it has to be updated, something like that. And yeah, so this is an example of the different dimensional arrays and how NumPy can be used. So first and foremost, we will be taking import NumPy as np, and then we are assigning a variable a is equal to np dot array of this is actually a one-dimensional array, so it has values 1, 2, 3, and then when you give print a, the output is as follows. So it will throw output as a 1D list. But in example 2, when you're taking two-dimensional array, that is two different lists, then your output will be in the following format. So one below the other as a two-dimensional array with x and y axis. Likewise, in three-dimensional array, as we saw earlier, right, the different parameters that can be used to decide your ND array code. So ND min, that is what they are using here. I mean, it is not ND min, it's N diamond. So since N diamond is mentioned as 2, and when you print the array here, so the output is as follows, where this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is of x-axis, and since we do not have another array here, it is not mentioning any value here, and then it is closing with another square bracket. And when using d-type parameter, so that is an example here. So you're taking one-dimensional array, and your d-type is mentioned as complex. So your output is going to be as follows. So these are nothing but complex numbers, complex values that are mentioned along with each element in the array. So these are the examples for the above mentioned parameters and example of different dimensional arrays used in NumPy. Okay, likewise in Pandas, Pandas is another Python library which is typically used for data analysis. And it is primarily used for data operation functions like pre-processing, visualization, data cleaning, then data structure handling, etc. And the main significance of Pandas is that it is powerful and flexible and easy to use, and it is one of the most a significant data analysis and manipulation tool in Python. Again, Pandas can also be installed using your command prompt window, where you can type in this line like pip install pandas and then give enter. And then after, when you're using in your Jupyter notebook or VS Code or PyCharm, then you can write import pandas as PD, and then you can start using for your data. So how pandas can be used to read and write a different format of files. This is just a small idea of it. So in order to read Excel files, what do? We just write our code as pd.read Excel and then mention our Excel file, and then we will get our output in Excel format. Likewise, we have different formats like CSV, JSON, SQL, SAS, Stata, Pickle, HTML, Clipboard, and HTML. So, and these are the different codes used for different format of files. That is different file types. So this is again another example of how pandas can be used and how can we read a CSV file. So in this program, they have actually imported many other packages where pandas is also one among them. And in order to read a CSV file, what do we do is that we assign a variable and then we do pd.read CSV, and then you mention the CSV file here, and then you give enter. Either you can mention header is equal to 0, or this is also optional, you can just close your bracket, and when you enter you will get the values below here. So that is an example of how you can use read CSV or read Excel. And then this is for creating a data frame. So data frame is another option which is present in pandas. And here also you can just use it like import pandas as PD, and then here we have a list, I mean a dictionary having list as values for each and every key. And then when we pass it through the data frame object, you get the output to be in the following format. So that is the work of data frame here. So these are like I just gave these snippets for you to have an idea about what is pandas and everything. So that's it. Okay. For those of you who has joined recently, I have shared the task one details in group. You can have a look at it and start working on it.
Okay. Anybody have any doubt? Gayatri ma'am will be there. Sabita ma'am will be there. If you have any doubt, please ask. Then they are clear, and everyone got the first task and second task also. Anybody have any questions related to Python program? Because whatever the programs we have to plan for in future, any project, it should be about the Python program. That's why the training session is happen. Anybody have any questions? Please ask. Ma'am is here. Gayatri ma'am is here. Please ask to them. No question, team? All clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That we have a start something. Can we get this recording? Sure, sure. That video will be available in our channel, and you got link in group message. Okay. Okay. Now, anyone have a raised voice? Please ask your question. All clear? I'm going to close this meeting right
Hello?
now. Yes. Hello.
Sir, I have a doubt that
Mhm.
do we have to solve all these tasks in Jupyter or we can use PyCharm also?
It's up to your choice.
Okay.
Which platform is good for you, and you are comfortable your platform, then you have to work on that.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Fine. Yes.
excuse me, sir. Sir, will there be a session tomorrow as well?
Yes. Yes. This session is tomorrow also is there. It's regarding
Sir,
this continue part. Yeah.
sir, actually, I won't be able to attend tomorrow's session.
It's fine. It's fine. You drop a message in WhatsApp. If you have not able to attend session, that is fine for you. You got your task in your group, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please work on that. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Gayatri ma'am, now we have to going to close this meeting. You
Hello, sir.
stop the record session and close this meeting. Thank you,
Okay,
ma'am.
Hello,
sir.
sir. Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Sir, what will be the deadline for task 1?
Example, 1 week to 2 weeks.
We got our task 1 yesterday. So what will be
Yes.
the deadline?
Deadline is 5 days. 1 week per 1 week for any task. Don't worry. It's not a one night work. I understand you are facing problem on the things because real-time project have it little bit difficult. I understand. Take your time. Don't worry about it. Okay. But
Hello,
you
sir.
Okay, sir.
day by day. Okay. What
Hello.
is today's code? Tomorrow our code you have to upgrade yourself. Yes, Jasmita.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you explain task 1 verbally, if in short?
Yes. Before task 1, we just give the training session. What is Python program? What is library files? What is beautiful shop? What is NumPy? Everything we have to explain. Then we come to your task. If you are facing problem, don't worry. Explore yourself. Tomorrow, after tomorrow we give the training about the beautiful shop, how the using auto scrap, how the you using this library files are using, how is work on that. Tomorrow we give the training sessions, and Monday onwards we give the clear your doubt on your real-time project.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Gayatri ma'am, tomorrow training sessions is regarding beautiful soap and auto scrapping.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, thank you, madam, for today's session. I am going to please off the record session, and tomorrow 6:30 same time new session we will be start. And thank you everyone for joining this meetings. Gayatri ma'am,
Thank you,
you can
everyone.
start with.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.